Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys. Peep game. I think I need to say this right. Well, I'll say this towards the end of the video. But I want to talk about Shawn Porter's performance. You know, yesterday he did what he needed to do. And I will say this much about Shawn. As you guys know, I've criticized Shawn over the years for not having what you would call a fan-friendly style. But if you look at Shawn, his last two performances, Shawn has fought a very good and offensive and fan-friendly style. Where he's still Shawn Porter, where he mauls you and pounds on you against the ropes, but at the end of the day, he initiates enough offense, punch output, to satisfy, you know, the average boxing fan. Keep in mind, according to CompuBox, Shawn landed, if I'm not mistaken, that was his highest punch output as far as punches landed. Shawn landed over 300 punches on that dude. So basically, that's saying that Shawn, according to CompuBox, he's fought a more fan-friendly style. And if I'm not mistaken, Shawn landed over 200 punches on Errol Spence. I don't know what the final CompuBox numbers. Like I said, CompuBox, you can take it or leave it. But I'll take it for the point that I'm trying to make. Shawn fought good enough in that fight yesterday to warrant him getting some more big-time fights. And based off Shawn's performance yesterday, you can put Shawn back on pay-per-view and don't have to worry about, you know, people paying money to see a less than fan-friendly style. I think Shawn Porter, based off how he fights yesterday, he'll give anybody a fan-friendly fight that we're clamoring for. You know, at the end of the day, if you ain't Floyd Mayweather, more than likely you're not going to get away with that style of fighting. But like I said before, I think people overblown Floyd's so-called, you know, defense first, offense secondary. Because if you look at Floyd's punch output, punches landed, Floyd would usually land over 200 punches on his opponents. And that's what a lot of fighters do, land over. So if Floyd is not throwing a lot of punches or whatever the case may be, he's landing a lot of punches. So how can you say Floyd really don't have a fan-friendly style? I really think it's just this misconception, this unfair label that a lot of people wanted to put on Floyd for whatever reason, and we already know the main reason. We already know. And I want to say this much too. This ain't about riding for Floyd Mayweather or being on his nutsack. This is about telling the truth. Okay? This is about telling the truth when it comes to boxing. Okay? That's just real talk. I'm going to always say what I need to say, and I'm going to keep it 100. I'm not ever going to talk about another black man to or in front of mixed company. Okay? Real talk. So, you can save that shit. But, nevertheless, let's get back to Shawn. Like I said before, based off Shawn's performance yesterday, we could call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it a bum, you can call it a nobody. But at the end of the day, a fight with Bud is intriguing. A rematch with Errol Spence is intriguing. A rematch with Keith Thurman is intriguing. Same thing with Danny Garcia. Virgil Ortiz. You know, Shawn performed well enough, like I said, to get him back on pay-per-view and to attract fan-friendly, like pay-per-view sales or the casual fan pay-per-view sales. Now keep in mind, people more than likely are not going to fork out $90 anymore. Not right now. Not while we got this going on. But I'm keeping it 100. Just telling the truth about Shawn. I want to make something else clear too. Just because I do interviews with people, don't mean that I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, be afraid, or I'm going to water down my talking points. Okay? Or watch what I say because I'm worried about people not granting me access or interview and stuff like that. I don't roll like that. And anybody that knows me and follow my channel, I've been like that. But yeah, I want to say something also. Shout out to Kenny Porter, because he trained Shawn and they worked on some new things. You saw some new looks. I'm going to tell you something about Kenny Porter. Real talk. Say what you want to say about Kenny Porter. He watched these videos. He do. And I think he heard, I think he heard what people were saying. That Shawn need to put on a more fan-friendly style. And it was a great performance. It was a great performance. Doesn't matter who Shawn Porter beat. I mean, what did you expect out of Shawn Porter? Like I said, you wanted him to go directly from Errol Spence to Bud? For real? That's just not, you know what I'm saying? That's just not logical right now. Okay? I'm just keeping it 100, man. So like I said before, I think I needed to address that just in case people think that. I'ma always be town business. Okay? Because at the end of the day, this is my channel. I run my channel. And nobody tells me what to say and how to run my channel. I'm real out here. I'm real with my shit. Everybody knows that. Anybody that follow my channel. But as I said before, it was a great performance by Shawn. It was great. I got a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts. People was like, yeah, man, Kenny had Shawn looking good last night. I mean, he didn't get the knockout, but you know what I'm saying? So what? He went in there. It was a tune-up fight. His job was to go in there, perform, win the fight, put himself in a position to land bigger fights for more money down the line. What part y'all don't understand when it comes to boxing? You fight rounds. It's a point system. You don't fight for knockouts. You fight however rounds you're sanctioned to fight, and you are supposed to win the fight by a point system, or by how many rounds you win in all likelihood. Because if you fought to basically somebody had to get a knockout, then you could be possibly fighting 2 or 3 hours. Like I say, knockouts are cool. They look great and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, that ain't how boxing works. You fight rounds. Okay? That's why it's called, you know what I'm saying, going the distance, training to go the distance. Knockouts are secondary. If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. Keep in mind, knockout artists who get used to knocking people out and not training to go the distance, well, what happens? You have that fight you had with Rolling. So, it is what it is. That's all I have to say. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.